Are you kidding me? Is this for real? Can I really have it all? The thought itself seems so like crazy to me. Like the thought just scared me, where I wouldn't even allow myself to entertain that thought at all because everything that I had heard was no, you can't have it all. You have to pick and choose. You have to settle. Everything's a trade off. And so I believed that what people would say. I'm like, oh, okay. And I just allowed that. So I closed the door to that thought.
Welcome to our channel. I'm Rain, with over 20 years of experience as an NLP practitioner, light worker, and channeler through divine inspiration. Here to help you connect with your true self.
And I'm Mel, an empath, light worker, and connector, passionate about guiding you to set boundaries and thrive.
Together, we bring you weekly tools and insights to support your empath journey.
If you're ready to deepen your connection with self, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Let's dive in. So I've told myself my whole life, I can't have it all. How do I even start believing that it's possible for me to, in fact, have it all?
Oh my God, Mel. Well, I think everybody resonates with that. We've all been told from a very young age. So it's like I'm seeing a candy store, right? You can only pick three, don't pick four. So from a very young age, we've been conditioned to believe that you can only have one or the other. Do you want to be happy or do you want to be loved? Do you want to be this or do you want to be that? Do you want to get good marks or do you want to fail? Like it's always been this or that. You can't have it all. Even at so I'm seeing like even the conversation of having the perfect partner, you can't have the perfect partner. Something has to be missing. So if you want tall and handsome and successful and sweet and kind and from a great family, you're going to have to give up some of them and like shrink your list down. So we've been programmed to think that way. We've also been programmed to think that way religiously. So most of us have been brought up in some sort of religion. And in a lot of religions, there's the idea of you can't have everything on earth. You can only have everything in the hereafter. So this is a very deep subconscious programming that in the hereafter, we can have it all. But here we have to suffer a little bit and we can't have everything. So that's mainly where the deep programming has come in. So we become very selective, like, oh, I want a great house, but does this mean I have to be single forever? Okay, let me choose single or a great house, right? Because I can't have single and be happily married or happily with a partner and have great kids and have the money. That's only for heaven. That's only for when I die. So this is where it kind of the belief has been, I'm seeing like watered. It's been fed, it's been taught from the day we're born. That's all we understand. That's all we know. Is it making sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. So
So,
what? Oh, yeah, keep going.
yeah, no, go ahead.
I was just going to ask another question. You ready for it? Okay.
Yes.
What if I feel selfish or guilty for wanting more when others around me are struggling? So this one I have definitely I have felt this. So I'd love to hear your answer on this.
So, shame and guilt, strangely enough, so shame and guilt are very they're a lie. Okay, they're how to shrink a person down, especially a very kind, empathetic, beautiful empathy soul, right? Shame and guilt are the ways in which to allow you to be less of yourself, to be like, oh my God, I've got so much, I shouldn't ask for more. I'm selfish if I ask for anything more. I have so much. When in reality, talking to so many empaths, including myself, empaths in general believe that just, being able to have to eat, to have food is everything. Like that already, like their mark of everything is really low. Like, I don't want things. Like if you talk to any empath, they'll be like, I don't want anything. I don't want things. I don't want homes. I don't want stuff. All I want is somebody to be kind to me. Right. So our measure of having things or having it all is so beyond low. It's like just be kind. That's all we request. when in reality, because it's so low, if we ask for like, I'd like a nicer house, that feels really selfish because you're asking for now things. We've been taught, ooh, so empaths have been taught never to want things, but only to want emotions. Okay. But this world was created so that you can have things and emotions. Why are you going to be on planet Earth if you can't entertain and enjoy the fact that you can actually acquire things and enjoy the things that humans have been inspired to create? Right? So yes, you can have the car, you can have the house, you can have the shoes, the dress code, and aspire to having all the things and have the greatest partner and have the kids that you desire. Why not have it all? Why? Because empaths truly believe the only thing they want from others is kindness. Can you just love me? Please just love me. Just love me. So that is the lowest vibration possible, is requesting love, when love is the only thing that actually exists. So when we are in that selfish, guilty, like, oh, with other people, like, I shouldn't have a bigger house. Thank God I have like a house to begin with. That is only coming from a vibration of, oh, could somebody love me? Could somebody love me? Could somebody love me? And that is sacrificing everything that Source has provided for us to entertain and enjoy ourselves. How are we able to entertain and enjoy ourselves if we're feeling too guilty that other people won't have it? Therefore, I can't even wish it upon myself. How do I have the ability to wish it for other people when I can't even wish it for myself? Wishing it for myself is a bad thing to do. So even the vibration, I can't even offer that to somebody else, even offer them that wish, because it's forbidden for me. Is it making
Wow.
sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because as we limit ourselves, it limits others as well, and it perpetuates the lie. So then all of us keep telling each other, telling ourselves the lie and each other the lie. Oh, you can't have it all because, and it's, yeah, like we just keep perpetuating this.
Yeah, you just can't have it all. First, you have to wait till heaven. Second of all, you have to do certain good things to get it. You can't have it all because you're still not good enough. You've got too much trauma to heal through. You've got things to work through. You're still not such a good person. There's something wrong with you. I can't have it all until I've cleared up and healed everything, which never happens, and worked through all my things. Then I can ask. But even then, I'm ashamed to ask. So why is there shame in asking for more and feeling guilty for others? Is because as empaths, we've been trained that other people matter more than us. Because whenever we did matter to ourselves, the people who were supposed to love us unconditionally, the parents, said, hey, I'm angry today and you are ruining my moment of happiness, and you're the cause of my anger. So now all of a sudden we become responsible for everybody's feelings. So if I have something good, I have to give it away. If I'm feeling happy today and my mom isn't, I have to give up my happiness so I can measure up with her emotions so that she doesn't feel jealous or envious or whatever emotion she's going through. So we start to believe that we can only wish others goodness, but never ourselves, because once we wish it for ourselves, it's going to be taken away from us. We're not allowed to have it, basically.
Mm. Okay, so what do you do when you're around people that are, there's some people I'm around that like I can share like my biggest joys with, and they are like my biggest cheerleaders. They're like, oh my gosh, I am so excited for you. And they like feed into it, and like I can get excited with them and dream with them. And then there's others that are like, oh, I wish I had that, or kind of that negative energy. What do you suggest around that? Is there some people that it's like you should test, you can test out who's safe to share your highs with, and know some people just can't handle it because they're in full rejection because they won't give it to themselves, or it will hurt them in the relationship because they can't receive that for themselves? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, they've been also taught that they can't have it all. And they've been taught if you have it all, don't forget, a lot of religions subliminally have taught that if you have it all, you're an evil person, right? And you're going to be punished. So if you can either have it here on planet Earth or you can have it in the hereafter, right? So if you're coming to talk to these people and saying, I'm going to have it all, I'm going to do this and that, they will shrink. It's a program in them that like, I can't really trust this person. They must be from the demonic entities or some evil beings that are going to be punished later. I don't want to be part of their world because I don't know what they're about to do, but obviously it's bad. So having it all is bad. It's actually a sin because you shouldn't be having it all here. So when you're around these people, already know from the minute you set eyes on them whether you can share or not, because you'll find yourself holding back, right? And you're going to talk yourself into sharing. But listen to the holding back, because it triggers them, and it builds a ton of fear in their system. And that's not the reason we want to be around them. We're not here to build fear in others. So when we feel contracted around people like that, trust that contraction means don't build fear in them, because they're about to go through a trauma thinking, oh, I'm friends with someone, or no, it's so bad, I'm never going to see her in heaven, or whatever the program is saying. So it's building fear. When we say empaths share your light, it's actually feeling very attuned to when to speak and when not to around certain people. Not because I want my freedom to share, I don't care, and blah, blah, blah. It's more of like, I don't know what I'm going to trigger in them. They don't know how to hold this much light. I don't want to build their fear. I don't want to promote their fear. So I'm just going to stay silent because I feel that that will promote their fear,
Mm,
which is
yeah.
not what I'm here to do.
Yeah. It's just a deep trust of self, when to share, when to speak, when not, when to know, like, hey, I can just feel this for myself because I'm the only one that can feel it anyway. So I'm so excited that I'm dreaming big and I can dream and I know I'm going to get it. I don't need to share it with anyone. However, if you have a friend you can share with, that's kind of the sprinkles on top. And because I want it all, I like the sprinkles. So I like to find friends that I can share with. So that's fun. Okay, cool. So I'm afraid that if I try to have it all, I'll burn out or lose what I already have. How do I balance it all without overwhelming myself?
Oh, God. So the fear, right? It's always fear. Like, I'll burn out. I'll lose it. I can't have it all. Like, I have really good things here. And I completely resonate. This is a deep fear within me, that I'm actually still working through. So this is really good. So I can hear what's coming through. But it's like this fear of like, well, if I ask for everything, I don't want to forget to ask for what I already have, just in case the list gets deleted. Like, what if I forget that I want to have fun with my girls and I say, I want this thing, let me include that in the list. So there's always this fear factor, as though, I'm sorry to say, as though God is an idiot, right? And he's like, he, he's just an idiotic human being. Is not even the wisest of human beings that we're like worried from. So if I am worried to burn out, how can one burn out? And this is when you know that the ego's talking and it's a lie and it's a program speaking, right? It's a fear-based program. How can one burn out, okay, or lose everything they have when they want to have it all? Like, it's such the opposite of truth. Like, if I have it all, then there's nothing for me to burn out from, because I have it all. So there's a sense of satisfaction, fulfillment, and joy that has now spread, right, in my body, because I have it all. There are no more requests. My requests are from where I have it all. I want even more and more and more. And having more and more and more scares a lot of people, because that is when the selfish starts to trigger. Like, how much more do you want? You're already a millionaire and you already have this. How much more do you want? And you're like, you know what? I want to taste the delights of everything on this planet. This
Mm.
is my right. I am here for a short amount of period of time. It is my human right. This is the freedom I've been given. There's so much to experience here. There's so many things that I can have the house size that I want. I can have the food that I delight in. I can anything I want. There's and there's always so much more, because people keep creating more and more and more. And I'm only here for a very short time. Why am I not having fun enjoying all this and upping myself all the time, instead of being like, oh, it's unfair for everyone else? Everyone else has exactly the same opportunity and exactly the same connection to divinity. They're not missing that connection. But why can't you have that connection and really like enjoy that connection just all day, all night, all day, all night? God isn't a human being that's like, enough. You've asked for too much. Just ask for three things every day. Like, that doesn't even make sense. It's limitless. Like, the
Mm.
more you ask, the more divinity feels that you and divinity are one. Like, you're engaged in this energy constantly. You're like, you know what? I want to today experience like the best chocolate cake on earth. Find it for me. you know? And Divinity's like, oh my God, there we go. We're going to have fun together. I'm going to experience her as she experiences me experiencing Earth. That's
Mm,
what it feels like. That's why you can have it all because you're constantly desiring and then asking that which fulfills all desires. You're like, I desire this. That which all fulfills comes in and says, yes, are you open to it? Are you ready? And then both together, Divinity's going to experience your delight in the delight that you want. It's like this explosive feeling because it's not only you experiencing it, it's the spark of divinity within you that's experiencing it. And you leave after a very short time here, you leave. So why not just taste it all?
mm. I love that. And the truth is, there's an overabundance, like there's an abundance of resources and land and people and food and stuff and things. Like you said, people are continually creating. And the more we get out of our own way, we and inspire others to get out of their own way and create from their passion, what they want to create from, it's just going to keep creating more. And everyone wants different things. Like my husband, he loves doing pottery and just making pottery. All he wants to do, his dream is like a little kid that just wants to play in clay. And he's like, my worst fear or thought is that I'm like, I have all these ideas of pots that I want to make in my head, and I'm not going to have enough time in this lifetime to make all the pots I want to make. It's the cutest thing ever. He doesn't care what happens. He doesn't care if he makes money. He doesn't care if people smash him after. He just wants to create it in his head and see if he can do it and make it. And it's like, okay, there's not that many people. Like I have no desire to compete with him on this thing. Like what I want to create, what other people want to create, it's like so different and unique. There's enough for everyone. So why not get exactly what you want? Like you're not taking from anyone by you having it all, by me having it all. I'm not taking from anyone because not very many people want the exact thing that I want. So there is an overabundance of what I want to create and what my husband wants to create. Like it's just really cool once that clicks and you realize like you can feel good about it and like taste everything in this short life, this life that we have, like jump in and play with it and have fun with it and like taste it all and make it happen. And in fact, that's just inspiring. That's so inspiring when I see other people do that. It's like, oh, they can do that. Like, okay, that means I can do it. So anyway,
Yes,
it's fun to
exactly.
play.
And let's say there are a million people that want to do pottery the way Sterling does pottery, because that's another glitch people have. Well, everybody wants $1 million. Everybody, but let's say there's a million people who want to do what Sterling does. Do you believe that that means that Sterling will have to do a lot less, that the clay and the creation that he has is not going to be as fulfilling because so many more want it? No, that means that there's going to be, God is just going to throw more clay and give more, because there's more people who want it. So the abundance is going to come in floodgates so that everybody's getting overflow of what they want. So the whole thinking of like, well, there's a million other people who want this, then what am I going to like? Then I'm going to get the small part of the pie. That is a lie. You're not getting a small part of the pie. There is no pie, right? To begin with, it's just, what do you want? Here, take a gush of it. You two and a million of you, all of you get a gush of it. And
Mm,
all you need to do, and this is what helped me a few years ago, is just look at a tree. Look at a tree and see how many leaves are on one tree. That is abundance. Leaves. It's not even a number of trees. It's one tree holding how many leaves. Go look at, somebody had told me this. I don't remember who. So sad. But look at how many cars are parked in a parking lot outside of the supermarket. How many cars are thrown and nobody's using them? There is a stupid amount of cars. It's so insane that there aren't enough human beings to fill up these cars anymore. We have, like, everything you look at, you're going to notice there is so much of it. The earth is spewing. Like, one person created a car, millions of cars were created. Like, it's anything you desire, it just spews. So, of course, you can have it all.
I love it. It's so fun. Okay. I keep manifesting things I don't want. How can I shift my energy to actually attract the life I dream of?
Well, that's simple enough. It's simple enough. It's hard to do. The answer is very simple. The answer is I can manifest anything. you have the ability to manifest anything you want. If you want to manifest and create in your life challenges, sadness, adventures, you can. And that's the beauty, you know? If you feel that your life is meaningless without drama and without narcissistic people and without like going out and reading books to heal, if you feel your life would be boring without that, then naturally you would create that because that's what you want to experience. That's what makes you feel alive. You may not know it consciously, but subconsciously, this is what fulfills you. And so you think these are not the things you want, but you need to look deeper in. Why are these things manifesting in my world? Am I afraid that, am I afraid not to heal myself? Am I afraid of something good happening? Of what, who will I become if I don't have these challenges? If I don't have people in drama coming, if I don't have people that I can judge, if I don't have people I can compare myself to, what will I do? That's the only reason we all manifest things we don't want. Deep down inside, they feel like home, they're comfort zones. I bump into the people, I get the neighbors, I get the people, I get the environment, I get everything that stimulates me to make me feel alive, that I'm fighting against or I'm a victim of. This is what people thrive on. Yet there's another channel, another movie you can go into. And that other movie is super scary for almost everyone on the planet because nobody ever watches that movie. And that movie is a comedy movie, right? It's a comedy movie that has nothing to do with how can I defend myself? How can I fight against? How can I do any of that? It's like the comedy movie is like, oh my God, it's so funny. I bought this house at the top of the mountain. I bumped my toe. Oh, I rolled down. It was so fun. The grass fell in my mouth. I fell into poop and then I got up. And it's just a funny movie that you're just enjoying. But you can, what is the comedy? You know, what is the comedy series you want to watch? And that is how you start to shift your energy. It's fear that's stopping us all from actually getting everything we want because fear tells us you can't have it all. Why can't you have it all? Because you love the drama and you love being the victim of drama and you love judging others. It's you love gossip. You love whatever it is you love. And there's nothing wrong with gossip or judgment. It's just this is what you love and this is what you want to enjoy Earth for. Right? Maybe in the other realms, it was so blissful that you're like, you know what? Want to try the opposite of bliss on earth. And that's what you are manifesting. And maybe now you're sick of it. You're like, oh, this is so boring. It's always so, my nervous system is wrecked. I'm sick as hell. I'm angry all the time. I want to change this. And then you change it and you say, you know what? I want to switch on another channel. This channel, I'm the superhero. You know, everyone loves me. I have abundance of friends. I live in a place I absolutely adore. I eat everything I want and never gain weight. Like you can start to invent it. That's how you start to attract that energy. But it's you to decide, am I done with the story? Is this channel fun anymore? If the drama isn't fun anymore, you can move out.
Mm, I love it. That's so fun.
And
And
I
that's
think
like
that's
what,
what Mel did. I think that's what you did. You switched off the channel. You said there was too much drama
yeah.
here. I'm switching it off. I think that's
Yeah.
what you.
Yeah. I finally got to this place where I'm like, I am so sick of this, like all this crap and like watching the same thing. I'm like, every movie, it's the same drama over and over again. And the bad guys come in and then the good guy comes in and they get shot at the end. And like, that's the end of it. It's like, we don't even get to see the thriving. It's just this drama all the time. And like, it's just an old story. But yeah, I'm to a place now where in 2025 has started just so awesome. And sometimes it's fun having like reasons or excuses. Like a new year is kind of like, oh, it's a new year. This is exciting. Like I can shift the energy. Like for me, it's like, yeah, nothing really necessarily needs to change technically, maybe, but for some reason, it's like having these fun little things to be like, oh, okay, this year is going to be different. And I'm going to put the energy in a new year because it's fresh and new. It just sometimes make it easier. But yeah, my energy I'm just putting into like, I do want it all. I'm sick of limiting myself. And I realize like whatever I put energy into, it just grows. Whatever I put energy into, whatever I feed, it just grows and gets bigger. So even if it takes me a while to get this big dream or whatever, it's like I know I'll get it. You put enough energy into something, you're gonna get it. So even if it takes a while and I don't like, it's fine. It's just really fun. It's been a fun game to play, and um, yeah, it's just exciting. And then my new model thing too is like, okay, if I shoot for the stars and I don't make it to the stars and I land on the moon, I'm not going to be complaining about it when everyone else is crawling on the ground, fighting over the same drama or whatever. Like I'm off flying. Like who freaking cares? That's amazing. So I think sometimes, at least for me, one of my limiting beliefs was I don't want to hope, I don't want to dream for something and then not attain it because then I'm going to feel like, well, that was a mean tease. Yep, see, you tasted the fruits of how good that was, but you don't really get it forever. I never wanted to play that game. I didn't want to risk it because I was like, that's just going to be too painful. I don't want to feel how hurtful it is to taste how good it feels and be like, yeah, but that's all you get. That's why I never allowed myself to play this game. But now that I realize, bull crap, lie, whatever I put energy into is going to get bigger, then I will get everything that I want. Oh, that was easy. That's a fun shift. Okay.
Yeah, it's true. I love that because it really, it all boils down, like no matter which angle we ever look at anything and try to get, it really boils down to trust. Can I trust that divinity has my back? Can I trust that if I dream big, that it's going to happen? That's been my biggest glitch. It's like, oh, I doubt. No, when I did dream big, it didn't happen. But then like, can I just blind faith? It's like blind faith. I don't even doubt it for an iota. I will allow myself to dream and live in it. And when fear shows up, to spit in its face and be like, go away. I'm having too much fun in my visualization right now. I'm having too much fun doing this that fear feels like nothing. So it's really, the word is trust. This is like the biggest word, this is
Yeah.
the biggest challenge.
And like you said with the comedy, like we're all just making up stories anyways. We're all just whatever. It's all in our heads, the stories, our perspective, whatever. And I'm like, I'm to the point, like, I just want to have fun with it. I'm not taking life too seriously anymore. I'm just laughing about stuff. If a limiting belief comes up, I'm like, oh, yeah, you want to play? You want to go? I'll show you. Like, I'm kind of like just playing this game. Like, let's go. You want to play chicken? You're going down. Like, I'm just having fun with it. And like, nope, too bad. Nah, 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 nah. I'm going to do it anyway. It's fun. I'm having fun. Life's really good. I'm like riding this wave and I'm like, this is awesome. It's been fun. So I'm going to keep riding it. All right. One last question for you. What if I don't know what having it all looks like for me? How do I figure out what I truly want?
Having it all for everyone is very, very different. It might look globally the same. We can all have the same list. I want the husband, I want the kids, I want the house, I want the money, I want the work, right? That's basically the idea. But the details of it is where the fun part actually comes in, right? And simply like, what does having it all actually, so this is something you can, what does having it all actually mean? Okay. And just get paper and pen and say, I have it all. You're going to notice a lot of the list you're going to write is going to be part of the program, is going to be what you've seen on TV having it all look like. It's going to be what your parents thought having it all looks like. So it could be in the TV, it's like $1 million house and I don't know what, and you're going to write it down. Don't shame away, write it down. You're going to say, oh, the perfect husband did it. Write it down. The kids, this, write it all down. And then what you're going to do, because this is the ego that wants to say, oh, I can have it all. Here is the list. Write the list. Once the list is there, now you can actually, instead of coming from nowhere, you're going to go through the list and you're going to read big house in Malibu. And then you're going to try to visualize yourself in that house. How does it feel? It's too big. It's lonely. I don't want to have maids everywhere. Ooh, then it's not your dream. It's the program's dream. Okay. So the house, how would you like to have it? I like a cozy place. I like to have neighbors close by, or I like to just have a little farm and just 2 bedrooms. Oh, that's more of my dream. That is having it all for you, right? And you're going to go through the list slowly, one at a time. And you're going to just try to figure out the difference between, is this the program's dream or your dream, right? Because the program's dream is always large, 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 right? You want to hone in. Maybe you do want that amazing house that's huge. And you're like, oh my God, I'm going to have maids and I'm going to have hooks and I'm going to be pampered. And I can invite everyone and all the neighbors and the house will be full of life. Then that's your dream, right? So both actually work. Is just knowing your specific. Having it all is very, very individual. Some people, all they want to do is live in a little house, with their canvas and just painting all day. That is having it all for them. That is the ultimate goal, right? So it's very specific. And that is how you can figure it out. You ask yourself questions. You pour down everything your ego has in mind, everything you've ever watched or ever heard. Maybe your parents wanted $1 million, right? Back in the day, $1 million was, woo, right? Now, $1 million you can barely buy a house with, but $1 million, right? But you're like thriving your whole life. I have to be a millionaire. I have $1 million. I must have it. Write it down and really feel, okay, I have $1 million. You know what? I actually want 50 million. Done. It's changed. You've changed it to 50 million. Like it's really honing in. It's not even dumbing it down, not being like, I don't need a million anymore. I just love to breathe on earth. That's not necessary. You know, there's no shame in whichever. You're like, now 50 million, now the big mansion. Great. So,
Oh, I love that. Okay. All right. Well, dear empaths, remember your power. You are the light that this world needs. And remember that you can have it all and you can dream big and you can have fun with this and play with this. And it's not too much and you're not selfish. And don't forget, by being yourself, you bring incredible gifts to this planet. And to support you, we've created something special. It's a quick 3-minute daily ritual to help you check in with your energy and to uncover what feels off and to gain insights to release any blocks that are holding you back. So practice using it for a week and watch your intuition strengthen and your boundaries sharpen and your self-love will grow. So make sure to check out the link. We'll put it in the description for you. We would love to be YouTube friends with you. So give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed our content and then subscribe so you can be up to date on all of our weekly episodes that are designed just for you to uplift you and to inspire you. And if you found lots of value and you want to support us in what we are sharing and creating, then you can go to our Buy Me a Coffee page and you can donate there. And we super appreciate it. That link is in our description as well. And then we love comments. We love to connect with you. So comment below your key takeaway from this video. We would love that. And if you want to connect with us in a more private and intimate setting, you can join our connection lounge that we've recently created by sending us an email and we will add you to our private group so we can connect deeper and do videos for you and talk and all the fun things. So, and then answer this question for us. So think about this. If you were to have it all, what would that look like? We want you to share that in the comments. Please share with us and we will encourage you. We will get excited with you. We will feed into that dream, that seed that you've planted. So we would love to hear that in the comments or share your key takeaway from this episode. We would love to hear from you. Other than that, we will see you on the next episode.
oh, I wanted to share something.
Yes, please share.
Okay. So, as a gift from me and Mel, we're going to gift you at the end of every episode an angel card. Okay. And this is for you to walk with you the entire week until our next episode comes out. And then we want to know from you how this angel card supported you. So, ooh. So this week's angel card is efficiency. Okay. So efficiency is your angel card. Walk with efficiency, be next to efficiency, and see how that actually feels in your body and how you're being more efficient in whichever way that is. So let's use this angel card until next week, and then we'll hear your comments on how this angel card worked with you.